Now, once you purchase your safe domains, the next step that we need to do is sign up for a service called G Suite. If you're not familiar with G Suite, it's pretty much just going to give us access to a paid Gmail account. A regular Gmail account has the ability to send, I think it's 250 emails a day, but a paid G Suite account or a paid Gmail account gives us the opportunity to send 2,500 per day. Now, that's not saying that we're going to send 2,500 a day, but the ability is there when we get to that point, or should it ever become necessary. Now, the way that I'm going to show you how to send cold emails, we probably never will send that many, only because we're focusing more on personalization. So sending 2,500 personalized emails a day doesn't really, make sense, unless you have a team of VAs that are building everything for you. But we're not going to do that quite yet. Now head over to gsuite.google.com, and we're going to sign up for an account. So we're going to click Get Started, and our business name is whatever is Gram Data. So I'll type a business name, number of employees, it's just me. I'm in the United States, so I'll leave that checked. Then I'm going to click Next. My first name is Amato, my last name is Serta, and my current email address is, as you can see on my thing right there, my screen, at gmail.com. Click Next. Does your business have a domain? Yes, I have one because we just purchased one through GoDaddy. So yes, I have one I can use, and my domain is going to be gramdata.info. Now my money domain, just to throw this out there, is gramdata.co. And this is where I conduct my business, is on gramdata.co. But to send my cold emails, I'm going to utilize gramdata.info. So I'm going to click Next. And that's the user's domain to set up the account, gramdata.info. Yes. My username, make this whatever you want to send as. Myself, I'll send as Amato, my first name, at gramdata.info. And my password, I won't say it out loud, but I'll type in something easy for me. And I'm not a robot. Agree. It's going to take you to this screen. It's going to ask you to sign in to your freshly made account. And we're going to do my password. Not very strong, but I'm going to delete this anyways. All right, I need to... Interesting. If you have to do this part, just go ahead and do it. There's my code. Not hiding anything from you guys, just putting it all out there. Verify it, accept, and here we are. We're going to end up changing this to a cheaper plan. That's only $6 per month because we honestly don't need all those features of this plan. But for now, just click Next. And I have to put a payment method. Let's see. I'll have to blur this part out. Just go through the steps and we'll get this set up. All right, your G Suite account has been created. Beautiful. Next step. Next. All right, so this is where it's going to get not really a little tricky, but we're going to need to do some things within GoDaddy. So we're going to click Activate. And then we're going to have to sign in to activate it. So I already have it all saved. It's going to send me another code. Verify. Now I'm just going to say this method It doesn't work for me every single time. I usually have to end up doing it myself manually, but let's see if it actually works this time. So I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but yeah, my shirt has changed. My screen recording software decided to mess up halfway through my last video. I'm picking this up a couple days later. Anyways, nothing has happened since the last time I was making this tutorial. So once we're signed up for G Suite, we started the plan. It's going to make us verify that we actually do own that domain, and the way it's going to do it is we're going to sign into our GoDaddy account, and it's going to put a text record, or we're going to put a text record on the DNS of the domain at GoDaddy. Usually, it's an automatic process that G Suite and GoDaddy do through integration, but sometimes it doesn't quite work, so you have to do it manually. But let's see this right now, and we'll see if it makes us do it manually. So we're going to click activate, and we're going to sign in. So let me do that real quick. I'm going to grab my code. And this is the box that popped up. We're going to verify that. We're going to click connect. And we're just going to wait and see if it actually works this time. Like I said, sometimes it doesn't work automatically. We have to do it manually. But let's not lose faith. Let's see. I should mention right now that while it's verifying that we actually do own the domain, G Suite is also adding the MX records for Gmail servers to our GoDaddy. So all that means is that even though our domain sits with GoDaddy, it's going to allow us to send emails from Gmail servers, and that's what MX records do. It just tells the mail servers where things are coming and going from. So 4 minutes left. See how much longer this takes. And it looks like we're about done. Shouldn't be too much longer now, and then we'll move on to there it is. And like I was mentioning, there was a problem updating GoDaddy. Please choose another verification method on queue. Let's see. And it looked like it actually added everything. It added our SPF. It added our text records to the Google verification. It added all the MX records, as you can see right here. Let's go back here and try it again. So we're going to hit connect again. And we're going to do this one more time. But I think it's going to work this time. Alright, so as you can see, second time around, it actually worked. Gmail is activated for gramdata.info. So the next step, we're going to create our users. And we actually won't really have to do that. Excuse my Skype. See, add up to 10 users. We don't really need to do all that because we already set up the main user, which is going to be yourself. You only need that one user. So we're just going to click continue. I'll skip for now. We don't need to do any of this. We're all set. So now we're just going to click this button to the right, or left, I'm sorry, click home. And now we need to move on to adding a couple of text records to our domain's DNS and GoDaddy. And what those are SPF, which I actually think I saw G Suite added automatically when we verified. We need to add DKIM and need to add DMARC. Now, all of these things right here, all of those I just mentioned, all they're going to do is increase your inbox rate. It's just verifying, who is who, and what to do with what to do with emails from people who try to send on your behalf. So let's work on that. So we're going to go back to GoDaddy, and as I mentioned earlier, while it was verifying the domain, it actually already added the SPF record in here. So that's these two right here. And the next step is DKIM. So we'll do that, G Suite and DMARC. G Suite. We'll click these two links at the top. This one we actually don't need to click into. We're going to go to G Suite. We're going to, in the search bar at the top, type in DKIM. And we're going to click this first link, authenticate email. Let that load. And we're going to scroll down to authenticate email. And let me move myself out of the way. Now, I need to make sure our correct domain is set up, which in my case is granddata.info. And we're going to generate a new record. Stronger is better, so we'll do 2048. GoDaddy can accept that, so no issues. And a prefix selector, we can leave it Google, that's fine. So click generate. Now we're going to copy this. Well, we'll just copy both of these. We'll paste them to the side in any note-taking program you have. We're going to go back to our GoDaddy DNS. We're going to click add. The type is text, so TXT. The host name it told us to use is google./or domain key. And then we're going to copy that large string it gave us, put it in as a text value, and we're going to save that. DKIM is done. Go back to authenticate, and we're going to do start authentication. So yeah, it's telling us, as I was kind of mentioning before, things need to propagate, so it will take a little bit. We can keep trying that to see if it'll happen, and see, is it going to do it this time? So it looks like it might actually do it this time, so we'll just let that work in the background. And in the meantime, we'll set up the DMARC. So we'll come back to this screen, and we're going to go to About DMARC. Now we're going to click Turn on DMARC, and let me move myself out of the way again. Now it's going to give you 3 different options as to how to handle emails if they fail DMARC. For our reasoning, our reasons right now, we're just going to use the first one, take no action. So we're going to copy this, and we're going to go to our domain DNS again. We're going to click add. The type is going to be, again, text record, so TXT. The host is going to be @ and the value, we're going to paste it in the one we just copied. And then you want to make sure that you change this to reflect your email. So we're going to do the one I created, amato@granddata.info. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to click save. And now we have SPF, DKIM, and DMARC set up for our domain. And this is just going to ensure that the emails we send are going to go to the inbox. Because just in 2020, Google's gotten very smart, or the ESPs, I should say, email service providers, and they want to see these values verifying that you are who you say you are. Most people who are sending cold emails are not going to take the time to do this, and they're changing their domains every 2 minutes because they're sending complete trash as email. So having these is just going to give you the highest chance of hitting the inbox. And sending cold emails, trying to generate new business, we want that. And actually, to conclude this module, I wanted to show you how to check to make sure everything's set up properly. So if you go to kitterman.com/spf/validate.html, and you go to this first field right here, and you type in the domain that you just set up. So in my case, it's granddata.info. Type that in, and then put get SPF record, and it's going to show you that everything is set up properly. This is, when you do it, this is what you want to see. So it tells us, this is the text records that they see, the verification, DMARC, and our SPF record, and to see if it's valid. And it's telling you right here that, this is it. And then at the very end, the record is passed validation test. So once you have everything set up, you definitely want to head over to that website, check it and make sure everything is kosher. It should be, but just double check it. And then lastly, I want to show you that indeed gramdata.info is now forwarding to gramdata.co. The propagation is finished, so we'll just quickly type that in. Info, and now it's forwarding. Okay, well, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.